Have you ever wondered if you're actually smarter than you give yourself credit for? Well, science says many highly intelligent people don't look or act the way we expect. In fact, some of the strangest habits, quirks, and daily behaviors can quietly reveal a brain that's operating on a different level. So today on Did You Know? We're breaking down 10 strange, science-backed signs that you might be far smarter than you think. Some of these will surprise you. Some might describe you perfectly. And if you relate to several of them, well, you just might be more intelligent than you ever realized. Let's get started. You overthink even simple situations. Many people see overthinking as a flaw, but research suggests otherwise. Studies from King's College London and the University of Madrid have found that people who tend to spiral mentally often show higher verbal intelligence, stronger problem-solving networks, and more active prefrontal cortex activity. Why? Because your brain refuses to take information at face value. It analyzes, simulates, compares, predicts, and questions, even for things that seem simple to others. If you replay conversations in your head, plan out different outcomes, or constantly evaluate what you could have said or done, your brain might simply be running in high gear. You talk to yourself more than other people do. It sounds weird, but research published in Quarterly Journal of Experimental Psychology shows that people who talk to themselves often perform better on memory tasks, faster problem solving, and goal tracking. Self-talk acts like an external processing system, helping organize thoughts and turn ideas into actions. Einstein, Newton, and many mathematicians were known to mutter out loud during work. If you regularly talk to yourself, especially when thinking through problems, you're not crazy. You're using a tool that smarter brains naturally rely on. You get bored easily, but your imagination never stops. If your attention fades quickly, but your mind jumps into fantasies, ideas, scenarios, and daydreams, this can actually signal a more active default mode network, which is linked to creativity and advanced intelligence. Studies from Georgia Tech show that people who get bored easily are often high-capacity thinkers, whose brains require more stimulation than average. Your daydreaming is not laziness, it's your brain exploring possibilities. You notice patterns instantly. People with higher intelligence often see patterns in behavior, numbers, language, even emotions, before others do. Some examples of high pattern recognition: predicting what someone will say before they say it, noticing tiny inconsistencies, seeing connections between unrelated topics, learning rules of games or systems unusually fast. Pattern recognition is a core part of IQ, and it's one of the strongest predictors of both fluid intelligence and creativity. If you're the person who just knows how things fit together, that's a sign of a powerful analytical brain. You learn better by explaining things to yourself. The Feynman effect. Smart people often teach themselves concepts out loud in simple terms, even when nobody is around. This is called the Feynman technique, named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. Here's why it works scientifically. When you simplify information, your brain compresses it into clearer, more efficient neural connections. When you teach something, you activate higher reasoning areas, which deepens understanding. When you put ideas into your own words, memory becomes more durable and long-term. So if you catch yourself teaching yourself something, you're using one of the world's most effective learning methods naturally. You stay up later than most people. This one annoys early birds. But studies from the London School of Economics found that people with higher IQs are more likely to go to bed later. Smarter brains stay active longer, generating ideas, processing the day, and planning tomorrow. Many creative thinkers, writers, engineers, and inventors report that their most productive hours are late at night when the world is quiet. If your brain refuses to shut off at night, that may be a sign of advanced mental activity, not lack of discipline. You constantly feel behind, even when you're doing well. Here's an unusual one. Highly intelligent people often underestimate themselves, a phenomenon known as the imposter effect. Research from Cornell University shows that smart people assume others know as much as they do. They minimize their own abilities. They judge their performance more harshly than others judge them. The smarter you are, the more you realize how much you don't know. So, if you often feel like you're not good enough despite doing well, your self-doubt might actually be a hint of high intelligence. You get emotionally moved by music easily. Some brains have more developed auditory processing and emotional mapping networks. Studies from the University of Toronto found that people who feel chills, goosebumps, or deep emotion from music often show higher empathy, stronger neural connectivity, above average verbal and creative intelligence. If certain songs make you feel something powerful, your brain may be wired for deeper processing and emotional intelligence. You pick up new skills shockingly fast. If you can learn new software, new hobbies, new routines, new instruments, new games, new languages, faster than most people, this shows high adaptability. This is tied to something called neuroplastic flexibility, the ability of your brain to rewire itself quickly. Gifted learners don't always learn harder. Their brains just switch between learning modes faster. If people often tell you, "Wow, you learned that quickly," this is a major sign. You don't fit in easily, and you've always known it. Many intelligent individuals feel different, misunderstood, or out of sync with others, especially when growing up. Why? Because your interests, thoughts, humor, or curiosity simply don't match the average crowd. You might prefer deeper conversations, unusual hobbies, or spending time alone. Studies show people with higher intelligence often socialize selectively, dislike small talk, think several steps ahead, feel disconnected in normal environments. Feeling like you don't fit in isn't a disadvantage, and it's often a sign your mind works differently. So, how many of these signs sounded like you? If you recognize several, chances are your brain is more capable than you give it credit for, and you might be smarter than you ever realized. If you enjoyed this breakdown of unusual intelligence signals, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating science and surprising content just like this. This is Did You Know? And I'll see you in the next video.